What can women do to protect themselves? This was a question posed by a lady on social media a little while ago, and she gave the story, which was why she raised the question. So she'd taken her children to the beach, drove into a car park, got out of the car, went to pay for her parking ticket at the pay and display machine. So as she was approaching the pay and display machine, she noticed what she thought was an illegal immigrant by the rubbish bin, rummaging in the rubbish bin, throwing rubbish and crap everywhere. So she carried on walking towards the pay and display machine, which was in that vicinity where he was. And then she noticed he wasn't just chucking it anywhere, he was actually throwing rubbish towards her. And then he ended up spitting on her when he got close, when she got close, sorry. Which obviously a really nasty situation, and I totally understand that women are having a really bad time at the moment from men. And one of the things my wife, we see this on the news all the time, don't we? And every time something happens on the news, my wife asks me the question, what is wrong with men these days? And I've just got no answer. I've got no idea what is wrong with men these days. The only answer I've got is, it's not all men. Don't class me in with those people. And there's a lot of good men out there, so don't class those people in. But there are a lot of problems with men these days. Misogyny, as we all know, and everything else. So she turns around, gets in the car and drives off. So the kids didn't get children didn't get a day at the beach that day. So that's why she posed the question, what can women do to keep themselves safe? And I've been putting on some tips, some pictures on social media regarding basic skills, knowledge, things you can do as a woman to keep yourself safe. And like I said, I know women are having a hard time, but it's basic things that we all do, or we should all be doing, that I do in my profession and in my own time as well, as second nature, because I've been doing it that long. So some basic things, let's take that instance, go into a car park at the beach. So things that we can do. So approaching the car park, what do we need to do on our approach to the car park? Now, if this is a beach that you go to, or let's say you go somewhere regular, you should know that area. And you probably do, but you've never thought about it. So understanding, we're talking about baselines. What is the basic activity that everybody does? If you're going to a beach in the morning, how busy is it? What type of people are there? You'll get people who like to go to beaches, whether it's a surfing crowd or whatever, picnics, lunches at different times of the day, because that's the time they like going there. Vehicles, is it going to be busy with vehicles? Are they parked up outside the car park? Are they parked up busy times, empty times of the car park during the day? So we need to know what people are doing around the car park before we actually go there. So we call it a recce. So if you're recce in that area before you go, but if you go in there, you've been there 3 or 4 times, you should know at that time of the day what the activity is around that car park. Do you have traffic lights on approaches? Is it in a rough area? Is it in a good area? What's the people? What's the demographics of the people there? What do they actually do on the street outside the car park as you're driving up to that car park? So we need to be aware, first of all, that the traffic lights. Let's say you have to get out of the car park fast because it's an emergency. Are there traffic lights nearby on that street? What does the build-up of the traffic look like at those traffic lights? So if we're going into the car park, again, we don't just get in there. So I'm taking it as I'm reading into the sort of the backstory with the lady with this situation. Did she just drive into the car park and park? Which is what we should not be doing. We need to be going into that car park, and these car parks are big these days because that's how councils are making the money. So we need to drive around the car park, doing exactly the same thing as we did on our approach. So we need to be looking at what people are around. Are there drunk people around? Are there people partying? Are there people having picnics, lunch? What type of people are they? Are they older people, younger people? Are there kids around? What's the vehicles in the place like? Are they expensive vehicles? Are they battered up old bangers? Where are they parked? Where's the car parking spaces you can have? Again, thinking about emergencies, you don't want to be parking at the furthest parking space away from the exit. So driving around the car park, looking at what vehicles they are, looking at what people are around. If she'd have noticed this person, she might have gone to a different pay machine and she might have had a good day at the beach. We call this nosy parking. When you park in your parking space, don't nosy park. That means driving straight into the car park. Reversing, because again, emergencies, you don't want to be reversing out and trying to do a 2 or 3 point reverse, 2 or 3 point turn to be able to drive out. Reversing, and this is one of the things that I picked up on during, I did a video on it when COVID was on, because lots of people would just drive into their parking space at the shopping centre. And during COVID, there was lots of crime. Delivery vans were getting broken into, they were getting stopped en route, they were getting ransacked, they were getting stolen. People were parking, and I brought this up about people nosy parking, then they'd put the boot up, get the shopping into the thing, and they'd be attacked by people because of food shortages, toilet roll shortages, and everything else that was going on at that time. So make sure you don't nosy park, reversing so you can escape quickly in any sort of emergency. Getting out of the car. So we've had a drive around the car park, we've chosen our spot, we've reversed in. Again, not just getting out of the car park, because things can change really quickly. So again, looking around, who's around our car at the moment? Is it safe to get out? Shall I just wait for a few minutes before somebody passes who I'm not too sure about? And then when I do get out, what I see these days, and I'm sure you've seen it, is that we've got the clickers now, haven't we, for the remote control for our car, for our doors. People locking their doors or opening when they're 20, 30, 40 feet away, which is the most stupid thing I've ever seen when we're thinking about our own personal security, especially if you've got kids in the car these days. Excuse me. So get out the car, lock the car as soon as you get out of the car. Especially if you're going to get out and there's somebody nearby who you're not too sure of, but they're far enough away that you can get out of the car and then still get back into the car and lock the doors if they approach you. Great, it's our observation. So again, before we set off to wherever we're going to go, we want to have a look around again. Now this might seem a long drawn out process, but it happens in seconds. We can scan, we can look, we can observe, and it happens very quickly. We can make that decision really quickly. So again, looking around, okay, in this case, where is my nearest pay point for my ticket? Okay, there's somebody there rummaging in bins, throwing crap all over the place. I'm not going to walk in that direction. Simple as. That's that problem solved already. So there might be another pay machine. If there isn't, wait. Just wait. What's the rush? You don't need that to go. You don't need to get to the beach that fast that you're going to put yourself in danger by going to that pay machine now. Normally there are multiple pay machines in car parks, so there's always going to be decisions you can make. So again, why go towards a possible threat? And that's what we're looking at. So there are always things we can do. And if it was, okay, we're not going to get there, I'm going to go to a different car park, and then we'll walk back to the beach. Or go, if there's multiple car parks along that road to the beach, leave the car park, go to a different car park. There's always choices, and that's why we are going to head off all the problems that we might be able to face. So, hope I've given you some things to think about. Drop a comment if you've got any questions. If you want any free advice, I'm always happy to help. My name's Rock. This is Viper Tactical Training. Stay dangerous.